Good evening, gentlemen. So many videos in such a short time. I'm sure I'll burn out soon, don't worry. I guess we'll have another boring ass soldering video today. Today I'm going to assemble the SC722 Z180 CPU card from Small Computers Central. You can buy the boards from them. I had this one fabbed myself, just because I was getting some other stuff fabbed too, and the shipping costs more than the boards. So I've actually got 5 of these boards. I may assemble the other 4 and sell them on eBay or something. I don't know. I don't know if I can get anything for them assembled or not. I guess the whole point of these is you build them yourself, so nobody wants a pre-built one probably, but whatever, I don't know. Alright, as usual, I guess I'll start with the resistors. The board's got several resistors on it. So, yeah. I like the look of the 5% resistors better. It looks more like classical vintage electronics, but I got this whole like bunch of 1% resistors super duper cheap, so that's what I've been trying to use up. Hello, Mr. Cat. Are you coming up here to help me? Alright, you can sit in my lap while I solder, as long as you promise not to fuckulate anything on the bench. Yes, he hears me talking and he must investigate. Mr. Boots, what are you doing? I have entirely too many cats now. Mr. Boots. Mr. Boots. That is not where cats are supposed to be. That is a fact. Yakub revealed this to me in a dream, my little buddy. It is a fact. Mr. Boots. I should have petted you up good before I started until you got tired of it. Are you helping? Are you the most helpful cat in the world? I don't know what I would do without your help, little buddy. I don't know what I would do without your help, little buddy. That is a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact, Mr. Boots. Scoosh. No. No, no, no. Look, you made the camera get fucked up. This camera doesn't focus right anymore. It's very annoying. I may have to get another one. Strangely, though, this is a, shit, what the hell is this? Let me stand up for a second there, Mr. Boots. This is a Sony HDR CX220. It's an old Sony Handycam, like with analog zoom and everything. I must have bought that thing in like 2002 or something like that. It was when I bought it when I was in college the first time, I think. That was a long time ago. Maybe it was before 2002. Yeah, it would have had to have been. What? No, it would have been while I was in college the first time. Anyway, like, it's ancient, but they're still relatively expensive for what they are, even used. I don't know. I guess they're still pretty good or something. I don't know, but I do like the analog zoom. It zooms in very well. This camera is probably 4 feet above the top of the bench, and when it focuses right, you can really zoom in on stuff really well. when it focuses right is the thing. But I don't know. Zoom out a little bit so I don't have to fuck around trying to keep it in frame quite as bad. Alright, what else do we need here? Is there any more 2.2Ks that need to go in here? Not that I can tell. We've got a couple of 10Ks and a 1K and 3 100Ks. I'm going to get them one at a time, otherwise I'll get shit mixed up. Mr. Boots, what are you doing? Are you getting crazy? Are you getting crazy? You are crazy. Well, there's a drawer full of resistors missing from the box, and I don't remember taking it anywhere. I was looking for 100K, right? I've already forgotten what I was doing. Mr. Boots, I'm busy. I cannot pick you up and place you. What a good boy, though. Okay. Alright. 100K. That's a little disconcerting if I've got a whole drawer full of resistors missing. Those are going to be the probably the 3.9K and the 5.0K. Where the hell would I put that? That's just weird. Oh shit. Those are all the same color code, right? Yeah. Different, two different batches of resistors. They are, one of them is a slightly different size than the others. We will ignore that. Mr. Boots, you are not supposed to be up there. No, sir. 100K. Which way do I want to put this in? I think this way. Not that it really matters. I'm just being anally retentive. You know me. Alright, what else do we need? 2 10Ks and a 1K, and that should do it for the resistors, I believe. Yes. 2 10Ks and a 1K. 10Ks. Oh, I dropped it. Oh. Oh, I'm so clumsy. Oh. 2 10Ks. Those are both the same color code, yes. And a 1K. I'm going to have to get some more quarter-watt resistors one of these days. I'm a little low. Plenty of higher power ones. Alright, 2 10Ks and a 1K. Yeah, I just don't like the look of those blue resistors, but whatever. Which way do I want to put these? This way, I think. Yeah. But this is only a temporary CPU board until I get mine working anyway. I've got some regular Z180 CPU boards, but I wanted to have a Z180 for the purposes of testing the memory card and all that shit. Alright, that is all the resistificators, I believe. Wake up, soldering iron. Apparently the soldering iron's not the only one that needs to wake up. It is heating. One moment, please. Mr. Boots. Oh, that's Mr. Friendly that's digging in the bag down there, making a bunch of racket. Cats will be cats. I need to get a new soldering iron, new soldering station. I'm thinking I'll just splurge and get a Heiko soldering station without hot air, and then just get a generic cheapo hot air station since I use it so seldom. What do you guys think about that plan? What soldering stations do you have that you enjoy? I don't know quite what to get. I'd like to get a old school vintage Radio Shack soldering station. In fact, I've got one somewhere, but it's not, I mean, it's only got 2 different temperatures, and it doesn't have a temperature display. It's not good enough for what I want to do generally. Mr. Boots, do not climb up there. While I'm soldering. Surely Radio Shack at some point made a better temperature controlled iron, or like variable temperature iron thing somewhere that I could get and have a classic Radio Shack iron. Although I have a buddy in Charleston who is a extreme Radio Shack enjoyer, and as far as I know, he does not use a Radio Shack soldering station. If there were a nice one, I imagine that he would, so it is probably safe to assume that there is not. By nice, I mean like modern. I guess back in the day, when people were building these things for real instead of it just like an anachronistic hobby, I suppose that everyone used those types of irons and liked it, uphill both ways in the snow, but I don't know, maybe I'm spoiled. I'm certainly spoiled by the Heiko desoldering gun. It makes working on stuff fun. Without the expensive desoldering gun, I would hate desoldering things. I hate trying to use those like vacuum pistons and stuff like that. They never work great for me. It seems like some people have mastered them, but I am too stupid for such things. I don't know. But that thing, that desoldering gun was worth every penny and more. I would spend that money again in a heartbeat. That, I did not use enough solder. It looks messy as hell on the other side. You know, gentlemen, how anal I am about le penetration onto the component side of the board. This is entirely unnecessary. The holes are through-plated, but I like everything to look pretty and consistent on the component side, because that is the side that everyone is always looking at. And this is why I will never make any money trying to sell pre-made boards, because I will spend 5 times, 10 times more time on them than I need to, just being a spurg. What the hell is wrong with me? I don't know. If I knew, I could correct it. Well, that only looks vaguely ass-like. I think we can make do with that. My solder is getting short. I hope my fingers are made of asbestos. Mister Boot, get out of my toolbox. Get out of my toolbox. Shoo. You, Mr. Friendly, you stay out of there as well. I see you out of the corner of my eye, inspecting that with the intention of destroying it. I know you've got food. Oh, that is getting hot. I know you've got water. I think you just want attention. Ouch. My fingers are not made of asbestos. Sadly, I'm not a asbestos cyborg. Well, that looks like butthole, but oh well. Now I can lose that. The cat can eat that now and be even more retarded than he already is. I'm about to make another giant confuculation of solder mess here. I must untangle the solder. This is getting ridiculonk. Okay. This whole piece needs to come out like this, I think. And then all of these stay flat around here. No, don't you do that. You stay in place and come around here and still need to come out from under this one, I think. Oh, you're yelling at your screens. Lee, what are you doing? Oh, hot diggity fuck. Oh, I think I did it. Not quite. Very, very close. Once another couple wraps spool off of there, I think it'll be fine. Okay. First time that solder's been untangled for years. Or months at least. Penetrate. Everyone loves penetration. Why is there a square? There's a silk screen on the back of an IC, but when I turn it over, the IC is shorter and it has pads for 2 resistors. That must be a mistake on the silk screen on the back, we hope. Did it penetrate properly this time? Yes, I did use barely enough solder. This one did not penetrate quite so well. I shall heat it a second time. Beauteous. Beauteous. I shall do the same for this one. Is it pretty now? It is somewhat beauteous. It could be better, though. Be pretty. Solder. Be pretty. Did you penetrate? You did. That one looks very good. Very good. Where's my chopsticator? Here it is. Oh no. They bent. Hurry. Oh, my flush cutters are worn out. I need to buy something that includes another pair of free flush cutters. Who in their right mind would actually buy flush cutters? I don't know. Mr. Boots. Can you hear the pitter-patter of little feet on the camera? They are losing their shit. They're like, what is Lee doing up in the middle of the night? Well, I'll tell you, I was supposed to be running a D&D game tonight. And I was like, all of a sudden, suddenly I was so very tired. I felt like absolute shit. I was like, I will take a nap for 20 minutes before the D&D game. Are you climbing on the wall? You are such a strange animal. And then I did not wake up. I slept and slept and slept until late into the night. And now I am up in the middle of the night soldering when I have to get up early in the morning and crawl around underneath of that fucking cabin again. I'm so done with that project. Mr. Boots, is that really necessary? Yes, yes it is. I am a cat, therefore it is in my nature to either do nothing or do everything all at the same time. Alright, beautiful. Beautiful. Not. Alright, what should I do next, gentlemen? I think... Oh no! This thing has a resistor network on it. I don't know if I have a 10K by 8 resistor network. Did I buy one with the parts when I bought stuff for the other thing? I hope I did. What do we have here? A 10K 9-pin resistor network, which should be 10K by 8, because the 9th pin is a common pin. It has been so long since I've fucked with any of this that I don't even remember what parts I had bought. Okay, the dot lines up with the dot, and then I shall gently secure it in place with bendification. Oh, it bent the wrong way. Just like my anatomy. What? That'll do. I suspect that will do. Oh, sniffles. Oops, I nudged the other pad and made it unpretty. We can't have that. Those are a little bit tall. I shall trim them out of autism's sake. I shall trim them for autism's sake. Especially those bent over end ones. They are flying everywhere. Wouldn't it be funny if in my efforts to make everything pretty like this, I'm actually encouraging cold solder joints because I get in a hurry when I'm reflying them and don't reheat them appropriately. Wouldn't that be something? Alright, what's next? Jumpers, or pin headers, 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 capacitors, crystal LED. Let's see, 18 picofarad capacitors for that crystal, and also the crystal. I suspect that hey look, I actually bought headers for something. What did I do that for? There's some diodes. That's for the other board. There's some headers. There's some other things. Let me see. Where is what I am looking for? I suspect I will have to unpack everything. Why do I have a 100K by 8 resistor network? What was I going to use that for? I don't remember. I'll just have to take everything out of the bag until I find what I'm looking for, I guess. I did order all of the parts on the bill o' materials for the backplane just to make sure that the stuff that I had put on the bill of materials did actually fit all of the footprints on the backplane. What the fuck is that? Why did I buy a 74 HCT 74? I have a whole box full of 74 LS 74s back there. They're my right angle headers. Oh, don't you be melting against the doohickey there, mister. That would be not good. Why did I buy all these ICs? I have plenty of ICs. Maybe I specifically wanted to use HCT logic. Here we are, 18 picofarad ceramic disc capacitors. I still need the cristorators though. Where are my crystals? Where are my crystals? There are some crystals. What else do we have here? More ICs. Some male headers, female headers that I no longer need since I changed the design. Some other 74 HCT logic. think that is it for the stuff that I ordered specifically for these boards. Alright. Let us do the... Oh, shit! The pin spacing on my crystal is incorrect. This is 18.432 megahertz. Let me see what else I have in Mister. Get off of there. Jeez. What else do I have in the miscellaneous crystals box? Not much. 4.9152, 4.9152, we are going to have to make do with what we've got. I wonder how noisy it's going to be if the crystal is up off the board a little bit. I guess we're going to find out. I suppose if worst comes to worst, we just won't be able to run it at 36 megahertz. Although the crystal on the Z180 at least, the crystal, the system clock is generated by the CPU, and the crystal just plugs into the CPU with a couple of capacitors beside of it and generates the clock on a separate pin. So hopefully this is going to be fine. Oh shit, did I fuck it up? I bet I did. Oh, let me try a different one. I don't want to fuck this up too bad. I pushed too hard. Yes, the Appalachian engineering is strong today. This is so janky, guys. This is so janky. What a mess. That is uglier than shit. Oh well. Too bad, so sad. Now, let's see if I can fuck up the crystal with heat. Because it can be done. I have done it before. Yeah, that didn't get very hot. I don't think I heard anything. Probably just being paranoid anyway. You, Mr. Bent Pens Crystal, can go back in the bag. Excuse me. These are the 18 picofarad caps, yes. on my design, I wanted to use an oscillator pot so that I could socket it easily and people could change their clock frequency a little more easily than having the soldered in crystal like this guy's design does. Now my capacitors are not the right lead spacing either. I shall flocculate them, and in so doing slightly damage the coating, but hopefully it will be okay. Man, these little boogers just don't want to do. I guess that'll have to be that. That's going to be ugly. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? It'll be just fine. That is fugly. You need to get down in there where you belong. Yeah, those cheapest possible 18 picofarad caps are not the right size. It must be like a VCC or a ground fill on one side of that one. That took a lot of heat. This, the holes are also barely larger than the leads, so I suspect that the solder is not flowing through to the opposite side very well, but it'll be fine. Nothing to worry about. Oh, I did a little bit. It'll be fine. It's already ugly. There's nothing else to be done about it. Fugly, fugly, fugly. Alright, what's next? The LED. And then probably the ICs, I guess. Oh, I've got a bunch of 100 nanofarad bypass caps that need to go on here. 1, 2, 3 of them. I put more bypass caps on my Z80. There's a 5-volt line over here that he's got a bypass cap on, and then there's also a ground, and there are also a bunch of grounds here on the other side. I put bypass caps on the grounds too because I thought maybe it could introduce a little noise that way, but that was probably being too paranoid, and if they're unnecessary, you can always just not install them. It doesn't make the board cost any more to have them, so I need 4 100 nanofarad bypass caps. Let me see. 0.01 F. Oh my lands, I am running low. Do I have another bag of those somewhere? are .01 UF. I usually use .1 UF for bypass caps. Use some audio transformers, switches, more switches, strain reliefs, heat shrink. I know that I bought another bag of bypass capacitors because I knew that I was running low. Maybe I got these .01 UF capacitators by mistake. They would probably be just fine as bypass caps. Maybe I'll just use them. The lead spacing is extremely wide on these. I must have gotten them off of eBay for like bargain basement price. So that lead spacing is too wide, unless I bend each of them, which I guess I can do. Yeah, those will make fine. Those will make fine bypass caps. What could possibly go wrong? No, I should use .1 UF. These aren't sufficient for bypass caps. That's not going to work. I mean, it probably will, but I don't want to risk it. Where? What did I do? I know I've got some more somewhere. Oh well. I guess I'll get some more, and then when I find the ones that I know I have somewhere, I'll have lots. The lead spacing on these is too wide as well. Shit. This is going to be the jankiest looking thing for miles around when I get done with it. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm not coordinated enough for this anymore. These are going to be very close together. As wide as these little fuckers are. Yes. What an ugly bastard. My. I need to trim my fingernails, don't I? Pretty disgusting, if I do say so myself. Alright, let's see. Those leads should not be allowed to touch, or the world will end in fire, which might be hilarious, but then we'd never get to test this thing. That is just asking for some variety of confuculation. Let us redo some of this a bit. Now it's going to touch the adjoining IC. Mr. Friendly, get off the bench. Shoo shoo shoo. Damn it, man. There's just no room on the board. I guess that will have to do. That is ugly. That is redonkulous. The lead spacing on this board for the bypass capacitors is far too close. They are, however, not touching. The bypass caps are not, at least for this one IC, are not close enough to the power pin, in my opinion, either. Although I'm sure it works just fine, or someone else would have bitched about it by now. This is a very popular Z180 CPU board, which comes highly recommended. Oops, I forgot to solder the one at the CPU. That was not very smart. Alright. Everything is still ugly but not touching. Very good. Alright. So, next, I guess, the LED. What color do I want? I do not know. pretty sure the flat side on these kind of footprints is supposed to be the cathode, right? I'd better double check that and make sure. I may be full of shit. What are you sitting on my mouse for, Mr. Skedaddle? Oh, someone just left a comment on the previous long, boring soldering video that you shouldn't watch video. Infinite brain. That is not me. I do not have an infinite brain set. Glad to meet a fellow tech type that pretty much keeps a running commentary the entire time they're working on stuff. Ah, the pitter-patter for the camera. The camera! Well, who was that YouTube thought that always said a camera instead of camera? I don't remember. I work in automation. My up-and-coming protege has started doing the same thing and blames him for it. Yes, everything. Everything is your fault. Let's see. LED cathode, LED footprint, symbol. Maybe that'll turn something. I don't know. Yes, I know the cathode is the short wire, but I want to know if the flat on the footprint is the cathode. Yes, the flat on the footprint is indeed the cathode. I was pretty sure it was, but it would be a pain in the ass to desolder it and redo it if I was wrong. Oh, very good, very good. I used a red LED for old times' sake. Okay, very good. Now, maybe I bought HCT ports because this board calls for HCT ports, and I wasn't sure if there were timing differences that would come into play when running this thing at high speed. Maybe that's why I bought HCT ports. If all of the HCT ports that I bought match what goes on this board, then I guess that'll provide our answer wanted. Now, what do we have here? 74 HCT 688. It is true. If I pull this out, am I going to be able to get it back in? Yes, no, maybe. Nope. HCT 688. Lee, you're not using a socket. You're soldering on the pins directly. Yes, I am. Suffer. Well, now I need my tape that I lost to hold it in there while I solder it. Where's my screwdriver later? I shall do the unthinkable. If I bend to this one, it may touch the... I'll bend it this way so it doesn't touch the adjoining doohickey. The bigger the blob, the better the job. I can hardly see well enough for this shit anymore. Oh! Throw it on the floor, Lee. Throw it on the floor. Oops. Imagine how much simpler some of those old school machines would be if the 74688 had existed back when a lot of this stuff was actually being built. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that's a later chip. Significantly eases address decoding, in my opinion. Even if you're not setting it up to be jumpered, you can just do it. At least I assume it wasn't available, or you'd see it in a lot of those older designs, you would think. But they did it by hand with discrete logic, which is kind of cool in a way, but we have limited space on our little RC bus boards. What I think is insane is the guys that laid this shit out by hand back in the day. That is some Chad shit right there. Alright, I'm going to have to locate some tape with which I can close up the end of that tube of Chipperooskies. What did I do with my tape? Oh man, everything gets so dusty here. Will be good when I get to the new compound where there isn't traffic beating up and down a dirt road all day making dust clouds everywhere. Well, I guess I'm going to have to steal my last roll of tape that's tilting my TRS-80 DT1 up to an angle that makes it a little easier to type on. That's kind of a shame. Yeah. Now I can open a brand new roll of tape and immediately lose it. Wouldn't that be a trick? Alright. Very good. What do we need now? A 74 HCT 139 and a 74 HCT 74. What do we got here? 74 HCT 74. Those are the ones I just put back in there. 74 HCT 74. Why did they send two tubes of these? Doesn't matter. Still need some 139s though. Those are wide. Those aren't going to be 139s. Oh, I thought this was the one I had just opened, but it is still on the table. That is the 139s right there. Very good. Alright, let's see here. Something just fell off of the bench. Probably a little wire, nothing to worry about. He says as it shorts across one of these batteries that he's standing on and starts a fire. Where's the end of the tape? Ree! Alright, what do we got here? 74 HCT 139. That one didn't get enough heat. It looks unpretty. I'll end up giving it too much heat, trying to make it look pretty and fucking it up. I think this stuff is mostly for the address decoding for the SD card enable line. And so may not strictly be needed if we're not using an SD card with the thing, but for completeness' sake, I suppose we might as well install it. And yes, I did look at this design when I was doing my own, because I wanted to try to make my own as compatible as I could with what's out there, you know. because, you know, you have to modify less software that way. More stuff will, quote unquote, just work. So I suppose it would be not out of the realm of sanity to say that I didn't really copy it. I referenced it. I guess if you wanted to take an uncharitable view, then yeah, maybe I copied it. But there's not that much to copy. It's just a CPU attached to the bus. You know what I'm saying? It'll be fine. I suspect that the dude that designs and makes these, probably like the rest of us, does it for fun, and he's not making any money on the project anyway. So I don't really need to feel like I'm invading his space, I don't think. I did not reflow that bypass capacitor very well. That looks foggy. Alright, and finally a 74 HCT 74. Well, if I do assemble the rest of them to unload on eBay to try to at least pay for the boards, I will need to obtain bypass caps with closer lead spacing so that it looks nice, at the very least, because that's kind of janky, and I should get the same style of caps everywhere too, so that everything looks nice and consistent, I reckon. Who would be sending me a text at this hour? Let us look and see. It is 12:40. Oh, Onyx Hunt is spamming me at 1 a.m. That pisses me off. Onyx Hunt, I have the solution for you. Where are you? Onyx Hunt. You may eat my shit balls. Isn't that annoying? I hate it. This is the reason that I unsubscribed from fucking Hallow. Like, great app, but they sent me like 3 texts in a row at like 3 a.m. and woke me up like 5 minutes apart, and I was like, fuck you guys, quit spamming me, I'm done. There's plenty of that kind of content all over YouTube already, that I don't need it curated for me badly enough to be woken up 3 times 5 minutes apart at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? It's a little skeevy to be that spammy with that kind of application anyway. You know what I'm saying? A little too profit-centric for the content type, if you ask me. Maybe that's just the filthy Puritan in me showing through. I don't know. Now there is a dip version of the Z180. I think it's available up to 20 megahertz, but it lacks the highest address line, so you can only address 512K with it instead of 1 megabyte. Then there are a couple of other lines that aren't really necessary. I think some of the status lines that you don't actually use for anything aren't broken out to the outside of the chip, if I recall correctly, but I like the idea of having 1 megabyte instead of 512K. Are you really going to use that much address space on a Z80? Probably not, but we have to, like, maximize everything because we do, right? Anyway, so we have to socket the Z180. Even if they had surface mount PLCC pads a way to mount one like that, I don't think I would, because soldering PLCC devices is a real pain in the ass. That's going to be, what, 68 pin socket, I think? Let me go. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure I've got some PLCC 68s over here somewhere. A couple. Use up this one that's got some bent pins on it, just to get rid of it. It's got a couple of bent pins too, but this one is a little worse. Alright, let's see, man. That one is dire. Diarrhea. What a pain in the ass. I don't know if I bent those or if they came out of some Jamco gram bag that featured pre-bent pins, which I guess you can't really complain too much about considering the price of those grab bags, but still. Maybe that's the reason they went into the grab bags to begin with, is that they already had bent pins and they didn't want to just throw them away. I've got a few more that are just fine. I should have just used one of those, but I am a cheapskate. Alright. Man, that thing's dusty on the bottom too. Let's see if I can get it to socket. Socket to hit the whole thing. This one's still fucked up. Something on this side is fuculating me. What a mess.
Yeah, I may get aggravated here in a second and go get one of those without bent pins anyway. Although they'll probably be bent by the time I'm done anyhow.
What is holding up the show here? Sorry for not getting this on the camera, but I just can't see well enough down there to do this. I should have put this in before the bypass caps because I think they are touching the side of the socket and making me annoyed. It's so close. It got fucked up worse when I tried to straighten it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get this in here and then I'm going to turn the thing over and it's going to fall back out and then I'll have to redo all of this. There we go. Alright, they all came through properly. Okay, very good. Very carefully. Tape it in there so we don't have any fuckulation. Awaken! Soldering iron, it was already awake. See if I can melt this cheap socket when I solder it. Hello, Mr. Boots. Are you trying to climb into my lap again? You are a good boy, but I regret to inform you that now is not the best time. However, I will pause and scratch the ears. How's that sound? That'll work. That'll work. Yep, that'll work. Now watch me not be able to find any of my Z180 CPUs. That would be a real trick.
Now, come to think of it, I haven't seen my PLCC pullers for a long time. Probably misplaced them somewhere too. That's going to be the best thing about moving to a new old computer compound, is like going through everything and like not having everything fucked up. I think there is legitimately something wrong with my brain. It's like it's impossible for me to like not be like disorganized for some reason. I don't know what the deal with that is. I need to come up with some kind of system to avoid that. I don't know. If that were possible, you'd think that I would have already done it, though, because it is so annoying to never be able to find anything. Alright. Yeah, I probably should have checked the inside of that socket and made sure none of the contacts were fucked up before I soldered it in there. Oh, it'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? I guess everything else that goes in here is just headers. That's kind of boring. That one's already been fuculated. Is this one the right size to go anywhere? Nope. I bet I can fuck it up when I try to break 2 pins off of it, though. Yeah, that actually broke off pretty clean. Can't complain. It would have been more convenient if they had made this a couple of, like, big headers instead of several small ones. But, oh well. Three, 3, and 2. And then this one is going to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. And of course I am one set of pins short. Oh, that one's kind of fucked up. Oh, I'm not coordinated enough to insert. That's what she said about me, I mean. Alright, I'm going to have to break out a new pin header. Break off the part I need. 2-row male. One here, 2-row male. Let's see, 4 pins. This one here is a little fucked up. Let's not use that one. That looks a little better. A little better. Excuse me. Jeez. Oh! I dropped one. What a retard. Oh, I'm not allowed to say that anymore. Oh. Mister, get off my bench. You're a good boy, but jeez. I'm almost done. I will pay you when I'm done. I promise. I promise. Oh, it's tanglificated again. I'm going to have it all fucked up. I'm going to pull it out of here and I'm going to have it all fucked up again. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, something's janky-assed here. That. All these cheap-ass shitty headers. I swear to Pete. The pins slide through them so easily. Now, maybe we ought to just do these one at a time. How is that burning me when I'm not even touching the hot pin? Must be a whole row of them tied to ground there or something. That one is taking a lot of heat. That is a big trace. It's not going to be pretty unless I use excessive heat. And probably melt the shitty plastic on the other side. There we go, that's better. Since these are just headers, I believe I'll just leave the heat up. It is way too hot for what I'm doing. It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Sure does solder easy when you use too much heat, doesn't it? You're not. Am I even on the screen? Yeah. Okay. Who cares anyhow? Nobody's actually gonna watch this. Oh, I don't think it melted anything too bad. By golly, that ground plane is hot though. Get her toasty. Get her toasty. Mr. Boots, what are you doing on the bench? Down. My hands are full, I cannot shoot you. Down. Down. Oh, I dropped it. It went back in, I think. Maybe not. Oh, that's a different header. It has it's a different height header. Or maybe that shitty one, some of the pins slid while I was soldering it. Must have. What a pain. I shall adjust it to be the same the manual way. Well, that's not nearly as shitty a header. They don't want to slide through it. It'll be fine, whatever. Yeah, if I make some of these to unload on eBay to get rid of the rest of those boards, I should definitely use gold-plated headers, like decent quality headers. What are you doing? He's eating my chair. Mister, quit eating my chair. Why are you being such a turd today? Skedaddle. I shall pet you in a moment. Yeah, that's uglier than shit. Two different height pin headers. Whatever. He says. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to burn myself. Watch this. Hold my beer and watch this. Ouch. Ouch. Mister, what are you doing? What are you doing? Two different size pin headers right there. Height, I mean. Mister, quiet. Alright, I have to pause for a moment, gentlemen, and pet the cat until he gets tired of it. Oh, you're such a good boy. Oh, you're such a good boy. Oh, you're such a good boy. Oh, what is wrong with you? Oh. Oh, pet, 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 pet. Oh, pet, 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 pet. Oh, pet, 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 pet. That's enough of that, he says. Corporal cuddling. Mister. Oh, that's so ugly. Oh, that's a travesty. Good grief. Whatever. It'll be fine. Oh, jeez. Life. That'll do. That is a lot of little headers. A lot of little headers. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, we're getting close. Just got the big right angle header to go in now. Now let me see. I'm pretty sure I have those in here. Yeah.
Got some other ones up there. I think maybe I'll use up some shittier ones instead of using those nice ones. Since this is only temporary, two-row header, male, right. No, these are. No, those are. Maybe those are gold plated. I can't hardly tell. Some of them are. It's a straw colored. You can't really tell. No, that one's not gold plated. I don't think. Tight fit. At least I don't have to worry about the connector falling out while I get it lined up. Yeah, alright. Not bad. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Big glob. So what I'd like to do is try to fix up a set of RC2014 or RC bus boards that are like TRS-80 Model 2 or Model 4 compatible. The Heathkit guys have done that with the H8. Made a bunch of like Heathkit compatible RC bus boards. I'd like to do the same for the TRS-80 just so I can take the thing to Tandy Assembly, which is the best old computer festival. Actually, I haven't been to any of the VCFs, so I shouldn't comment like that, but of the ones I've been to, I enjoyed hanging out with the Tandy guys the most. They are a different breed, for the most part. Just looking at you, Randy Weaver. I hope your wife and dog and kid are doing well.
Mister, what are you doing up on the bench? Again? Get down. Before you break something. Get off my keyboard. Get off my keyboard. You're going to fuck up the video recording. Is it still recording? It appears so. Oh, my mouse was somewhere else in here. Mister, I'm almost done. Just settle down for a second. And then I will pet you again. If I had kids, they would be spoiled rotten. It may be a small blessing that I have not unleashed such a creature on the world. You know what I'm saying? I would be way too permissive a parent, because I think that misbehavior is hilarious, you know what I'm saying? It would lead to bad outcomes, I'm sure. But at this point in my life, I don't think there's much chance of me finding a woman that I can put up with, or vice versa. So, no worries there, I guess. At least not one that doesn't have 5 kids by 5 different men, none of whom she was ever married to when knocked up, and is looking for a sugar daddy to take care of her babies for her. Nah, I'm not into that scene. West Virginia ladies. It is a sad state of affairs, let me tell you. Anyway, now that I have ranted about that, I guess that's it. Some jumpers need to be installed, but I don't know which ones until I revisit the documentation, and I should clean off that flux with something caustic. Oh, my brake cleaner is empty. Well, isn't that a revolting development? I guess I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. That's pain in the ass. Where is my spray bottle of isopropyl alcohol? I don't know. Oh, I guess I can use the whole, if I don't tear everything down, I guess I can use the whole standby here. I'm not going to do this over the bench. I'm doing it over the floor, because then I won't have to clean it up. Well, there's something did fall down. What a mess up there. Wires, cables hanging everywhere. Yeah, that'll probably dry into a big mess of gooey flux. Yeah, that's clean enough for who it's for. Maybe it won't dry too awful ugly. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, I think I got most of it off. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's wash the hands. Get all that solder residue off of there before I pick my nose or scratch my nutsack. sticky flux all over me too. Oh, I need to finish those drawbars for the piano too. That'll be an interesting project. Why have I not done that yet? Because I was too demotivated to play my piano too. That's what I should make a OCF Christmas album for this year. I'm so out of practice though, it'll be terrible. Maybe I'll do it anyway. You guys can make fun of me. It'll be hilarious. My piano playing is such shit. I used to be good when I was a kid. And then I discovered women and had better things to do than play the piano. Alright, let's turn you back down to 350. Storage time. Okay. I found a CPU. Oh, shit. Dusty, dusty, dusty. Alright. Z180, Z8, Z8 S180 VEC. This is the 33 megahertz CMOS static Z180. These can be run all the way down to DC, which will be useful in our testing of things. I am going to try not to touch any of the pins too much because it is a CMOS part, I believe, even though the outputs are TTL compatible. Alright, there we go. Based. Of course, I can't really test it until we do the memory and flash board. And the way it works is there's like a... There's 512K of RAM and 512K of flash. And they can be banked in and out in various ways. I guess it boots off the flash and then puts the RAM in low memory somehow. I guess using the Z180's memory management unit. And it's got two 512K banks of flash, so you can install operating systems on the flash and then boot it, and it doesn't need an SD card or anything. You can just boot CPM off of the flash chip. So it's like a two-card solution for a 36 megahertz if you clock double it in software Z180 CPM machine. So that's pretty cool. I guess if nothing else, we can plug it into the backplane and see if the LED lights up at least, right? Clean up my mess a little here. That's what you signed up for, right? Watching videos of me cleaning up the mess. Who am I kidding? Nobody has actually watched this far. That would be insane. You would be a crazy person if you did that. Now I need a bag to put these in before I shove them back in the drawer and get them mixed in with the ones that I haven't broken pieces off of yet. I will do that later. Fuck it. This needs to go back where it came from. We need to deport the resistors. And then this needs to come back down here. Come hither ye. And the CPU card will go in like so. And we will discover if it really is too tall for the case. It barely fits. It is like just so. Alright, cool. Standby power is on. We power up. There is no LED. Ah, this may be a... Let me consult the schematic. That may be a LED that is turned on in software and will not light until something happens. Let me pause this. Yes, the status LED is attached to the spare flip-flop in the 7474, so it will not light without the software telling it to. So it's probably working fine. It's nothing to worry about. It'll be fine. Actually, the schematic says that the status LED is supposed to be on at reset. I suppose it is possible that we plugged it in backwards. I don't know. Maybe I fucked something up. That is always a possibility. Let us ground and check. Oh, Lordy. Well, I don't know. Let me see here. Okay, the top of the LED is tied to 5 volts, so I should be getting 5 volts on the other side. And Q should be low at reset. It goes through R10, the 1K resistor, so this should be close to 0 volts right here. It is not. The flip-flop is starting up in the high state. It is not being reset. This board doesn't generate its own reset signal. Oh, I bet. Does it not? I do not see any logic on this board that generates its own reset signal. Where is the reset? Yeah, that goes. Reset is just tied high through a 10K resistor. So that's why it's not initializing the. Yeah, because the reset signal is connected to the clear pin of that flip-flop that should be setting that LED. So if I reset it manually, it's possible that that the LED will come on if I don't touch the wrong thing and fuck something up. Okay, very good. So I'm going to have to. I am pretty sure that this and the RAM card were supposed to be like a single, like 2-card CPM computer solution, but if that is so, where is the reset signal being generated? This has a 139 on it. This is not going to. Maybe you have to. Maybe you're supposed to reset it by hand. What is this? This is the SC722. Now let me look at this closer. Just make sure. There ought to be. If this is generating its own reset signal, there should be an RC circuit somewhere that is doing that. Or there's certainly no built-in reset controller like a chip doing it. No, there is nothing on this board generating a reset signal. So let's look at the schematic for the memory card. SC721, 1 megabyte linear memory module does not have a well, isn't that something? also does not have logic to assert reset, but that's fine. We can do it by hand with a reset button. In fact, I can take the power switch and just hook it up as a reset button. Power switch. And then when we power it up, we should be able to, well, now it's powering up in a reset. Did I fuck something up? That is the power switch. Now I'm getting a little fucked up in my brain head. That's kind of strange. Why was it coming up okay? Is this switch like fucked up and normally closed or something? Is there some kind of fuckulation going on here? Let us touch these and then push the button. Oh, derp. There we go. Her. Yeah, okay. I don't know what's going on here. That's pretty strange. Let's plug it back in. The reset button. Maybe I hit the wrong thing. Maybe I've got the same kind of fuckulation going on here that I had with the power on thing, where this isn't actually, no, that's not, rage. That's not actually grounded. Is anything here actually grounded? The one for the power LED is grounded. We just hook that up too. Oh, I'll just reset it with a screwdriver for now. Since this part's fucked up. And then I don't have a resistor in there for the power LED, so that's not even going to work. Right. But if I very carefully remove this shroud from one side of the power switch, ouch. I'm trying not to break it since it's labeled. I've got plenty of things I could replace it with, but none of them say power switch on them. That may be a tall order considering. There we go. I think I did it without fucking it up. Well, maybe. Got one more thing that's got to pull past here. There we go. Alright, hang on a minute. Let me get a new shroud to put on that. Let me see here. Single pin DuPont shroud. Yes. And then you can go on here like this, I think. Did it go all the way in? Yeah, okay. And then this can hook to reset down here like we were. And then this can hook to the thing up here that was actually grounded, that I didn't fuck up. See, this board, I sent them the wrong Gerber, and this wasn't even finished. I stopped working on it when I decided not to use a microcontroller and do it all with discrete logic instead. There we go. Okay. We have a working reset. I'm sure that bounces when I reset it like that, but it'll probably be fine. Yeah. It'll probably be fine. Alright. That is it for real this time. Okay, bye.